Hari Om to one and all, and welcome back to the Knowledge of India series. We are speaking on the text called Tattva Bodh. As you know, we have concluded the first aspect of this text in the Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampanna Adhikari, the one endowed with the fourfold qualification. Today we intend to embark on the next phase of this book by the grace of Bhagwan and the blessing of Gurudev. Kindly join me in invoking the blessing and the grace. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Jan Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om. Let me share a few thoughts of mine. Speed and efficiency are liked and desired. Therefore, we like those things and beings who are fast and efficient in their day-to-day actions and activities. The fastest thing mankind knows is the speed of light. Hence, when we see something or someone moving quickly, we say, "Oh, it's lightning speed." We also know that our mind thinks and can travel 100 times faster than the speed of light. Then why not learn to use it better? Why not harness its speed and make our day-to-day actions, activities faster and more efficient? Because there is a problem. Our mind is not in our control. The difference in the speed of light and the speed of the mind is light traveling at phenomenal speeds yet move in a particular direction and in the same trajectory to reach its goal. However, our mind moving at superlative speeds has no one fixed direction and therefore aimless and goalless. Light speed has a definite trajectory because it is concentrated and single point. In the case of the mind, the power of the mind is mostly not concentrated and seldom is single pointed. Since the mind is not concentrated and not single pointed, it does not know what is the goal. And since it does not know the goal, it has no particular aim. For example, the 5 sense organs, which are always enchanted with the world outside, pull the mind in 5 directions of different kind to fulfill their own aims and aspirations. And the poor mind has to comply to their demands and therefore is fragmented. Vedanta Shastra shows first the means to concentrate this mind and then to give it a single pointed goal to achieve. This goal not only gives the mind speed and efficiency in day-to-day activities, in its interactions with others, in the projects and the management that we wish to achieve in the world outside, but also gives the mind peace as well as happiness, and ultimately it gives it everlasting bliss. As Gurudev said once, you are but what your mind is. Therefore, control of the mind means control of life. Control here does not mean subjugation of the mind. No, never. The more you subjugate the mind, the more it revolts. Therefore, Vedanta Shastra gives us the means to sublimate the mind. Sublimation means what? It means to transform the mind. Once transformed, it naturally becomes concentrated and single-pointed at will. The means to achieve this sublimation of mind are the fourfold sadhana chatushtaya. Those who have studied with me earlier will recall. This means the one endowed with the fourfold qualifications or qualities is called a sadhana chatushtaya sampanna adhikar. In other words, one whose mind is now prepared and sublimated to enter the higher realms and rediscover who he truly is or who we truly are. When the mind gets such a noble and high goal in life, then all the petty pinpricks of life like heat and cold, profit and losses, luxuries or discomfort in life do not seem to matter so much to disturb the equilibrium gained by the mind. Here, equilibrium of mind means when none of the worldly troubles affect it and it has a clear goal of reaching, knowing the highest truth. This is called mumukshutvam. Let us have a recap of the studies that we've concluded. The sadhana chatushtaya, meaning a person who is endowed with the fourfold qualification. What are these fourfold qualifications? 1. Viveka is that which, when the dawn of spiritual knowledge happens in the mind, it makes you see very distinctly and clearly what is permanent and what is impermanent. Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivek. Your mind becomes very, very clear about those things that are permanent and that are impermanent in this world. Then comes Vairagya, dispassion. Dispassion towards what? Dispassion does not mean you become a person who is absolutely not willing to do anything. In fact, quite the opposite. What you do is not only for enjoyment. Enjoyment is just there, but whatever you do in your life, you do not do it for enjoying alone. Not only here, but some of the activities which we do in our life that in the future, somewhere far away in life, or maybe even after life, we would want to enjoy some fruits of our action. This feeling of enjoyment now, here and hereafter should be completely erased of all your activity is called Vairagya or dispassion. Then comes the Shada Sampatti. Now, Shada Sampatti in principle means 6 wealth, the inner wealth. What are these 6 different wealths that we speak of? The first wealth that we speak as a spiritually oriented mind, so that your mind is focused not in the temporary or the ephemeral. The mind needs to be under control. This control of mind, so that it doesn't run behind things which are ephemeral, which are worldly, is called sama. Sama means mind control. Naturally, the mind, just as explained before, is bound to run behind the 5 sense organs, because the sense organs are pointed outwards. Now here we are not only speaking of the sense organs, but the organs of actions also. So all the 5 sense organs and the 5 organs of action, 10 Bahir Indriya, Indriya means to interact, is called Dhamma. This control over the 5 sense organs and 5 organs of action is called Dhamma. Now, why do you put Sama before Dhamma? Don't you think we should first control our physical weaknesses and then go to mental? Your body is just a reflection of the mind. If at the mental level you have controlled, remember, not subjugate, but sublimate the mind, the natural action of the body also follows suit. However, there are some times in life that even if when your mind does not want your body to do something, there is instinct that we do something. Therefore, to control that physical instinct also is a very important aspect, and that aspect is called Dhamma. Then comes Uparama. Now you see, slowly we are now moving closer. Upa, close. Rama, to revel. Where to revel? What does it mean? It is an effortless state of quietude of the mind. There are so many different sadhanas. Japa, well, you hold the bead in your hand and you repeat the name of the Lord. These are activities where your physical body, your finger moving, your tongue, the organ of action and the organ of senses, it works together because you're saying, and at the same time, your mind is focused. So you see, we are getting a union over here, Yuj, yoga, together. But this is also mechanical. But when the state of Uparama arises, it becomes natural to the sadhaka, to the aspirant, to be naturally introverted. Introvert means one who is antarmukh, means whose mind is reveling inward towards that Lord. The next inner well, we have finished now, Sama, Dhamma, Uparama. 3 done, 3 to go. The 4th is called Titiksha. In my personal experience or my opinion, I feel Titiksha is one thing which helped me the most in understanding and in overcoming the pains that the world or worldly things give us. When the mind became very crystal clear, Viveka, that what is permanent, what is impermanent, what is temporary and what remains forever, all those impermanent and temporary things, when they give me pain, Titiksha works greatly over. Titiksha means forbearance. It just helped me in understanding, yes, the source of this pain is only temporary, impermanent. Naturally, that means this pain, this trouble is also going to be temporary and impermanent. So, why worry? Therefore, in my personal opinion, in my personal experience, Titiksha has been very, very helpful in my sadhana. We move ahead. Shraddha, the 5th inner well. Shraddha means faith, but it does not mean blind faith. It means that confidence which has arisen in us after a long, deep analysis of what we are trying to put our faith in. For example, we have time tested our mothers that right from the childhood stage, whenever the stomach was hungry, the throat gave a cry, and the mother was there to feed me. Not once, not twice, but 1,000 times. When this happens, your trust turns into faith. In the same way, you watch it carefully in your life. 1,000,000 times you may have been in deep troubles, in the waters of the most dangerous kind of shark, and you may have tried all the tricks under the roof and finally given up and said, it's all hopeless, I can't do anything anymore. And a silent prayer comes from your heart. I wish someone could help me. And someone came and helped you. Who is that someone? From where did that someone come? This happens due to faith. God, the Almighty Lord, it always is there when you really, really need it. And therefore, having faith does not mean you are having blind faith. You have time tested it 1,000, 1,000,000 times, consciously or unconsciously. But here, to be a sadhana chatushtaya sampanna adhikari, you need to have that confidence in you, the shraddha in you. As the word goes, shraddha means bhakti. Bhakti means faith. The one who has bhakti, Bhagavan is never far away from him. The Lord is never far away from such a person. Coming to the 6th aspect, Samadha. Samadhan means a firm, concentrated mind, mental focus, single-pointedness. Remember, these are few things that we need to teach our mind. Focus. Single-pointed. Mental focus is called samadha. Finally, these 6 inner wealth, and now comes the 4th and the final sadhana chatushtaya, the means called mumukshutva. I've already spoken to you about mumukshutvam, but let me put one more sentence so that it becomes crystal clear in your mind, and all the study that we have done before will come forth. Mumukshutvam means a burning desire to know the truth, only the truth, and nothing else will do. When this kind of feeling arises, a feelingful inquiry, not just a dry inquiry like an intellectual. Why is my mind getting troubled? There is like some inquiry in my mind. What is this called? Okay, let me Google it. And then you Google it and you read something and you say, now I understand. No, that is not mumukshutvam. That is jignasu, meaning a person who is inquisitive. An inquisitive person can reach up to the realms of the book. An inquisitive person can go into the book, read the book, go through the book. But only a mumukshu, when he listens to the master, when he goes through the book, he allows the book to go through him, through her. And only when the text has gone through him completely, it remains inside. And when it is required, it is brought forward. This burning desire is called mumukshutvam. This is what we had studied in the past. From the next session, we are going to inquire into Tattva Viveka. Tattva Viveka means, who are you? Therefore, I would request one and all, old and new, that please revisit the 13-14 sessions which are already on the website. You type my name and the website opens up and you go through them and at least listen to them once more, or at least the 13th and the 14th talk, because there I have given you an entire explanation of all the talks that we have had before. With these few words, let me take a madhya viram, a short break, and we shall meet again, not this Saturday, but the subsequent Saturday. We shall have these video talk on every Saturday henceforth till this text gets over. I hope that you not only enjoy the talks, which you should, but also derive the essence of the talk. It is unimportant how good the talk is or how good the talker is. What is important is what is said. If you can take the gist, the essence of what is said and have it in your mind readily available to use it in your daily life, everyday activity, then what are we doing? We are slowly sublimating the mind, not subjugating it. And once the mind is sublimated, meaning once it is completely transformed, you will see the magic that happens. With these few words today, kindly join me in thanking Bhagwan, in thanking Gurudev, and in thanking our parents for giving us this body, giving us this life, and giving us this knowledge with which we know that we are going to get through. Kindly join me. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.